Hello and welcome to Network. My name is Spumelele Zondi with your technology and social media news. If you want to be a part of this tech conversation, find us on SABC Network. Now that is on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. It's News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Here's what's coming up in the program. To wrap Women's Month, MTN held its annual Women in ICT Awards. We will also go to Nigeria to hear about an app for motorcycle taxis. Our discussion is with Mitch Atakana from Google about business tools that Google has. Hello, Mitch.
Hey, so nice to see you again.
All right, it's great to see you. Now, what tools does Google have? Does it have any tools at all, actually?
Tons of tools. So we have a special program just for young entrepreneurs.
All right, we'll talk about that later in the program. But first, let's take a look at your social media and technology news. The MTN Women in ICT Awards took place on the last day of Women's Month. The awards have been running for 2 years now, and they honor women who are key players in the digital ecosystem.
The winner is
Matau Ramapuputla, a woman honored for her activeness in the ICT community, walked away with the Small and Medium Enterprise Recognition Award.
For me to stand here as one of the people who've won, it really just says to me, keep going.
The CEO of Batobela Can, Matau, says that she was encouraged by her autistic daughter to start her business.
I created the brand because of my daughter, who was first diagnosed with autism and then later ADHD. I wanted to write a book, and when you want to write a book, I needed to do graphics and everything, so we do that internally.
Another victor of the MTN Women in ICT Award was Renee Pearson, a director for an engineering consulting company.
The award that I won was the Innovator Recognition Award, and I think it was based on a lot of the solutions that we develop, specifically in the disaster management space. So we have always been a key role player in emergency services. So I branched out about 6 years ago and we moved into disaster management. So it's on the back of the development of that technology platform that we use for emergency response.
Minister of Communications Ayanda Dlodlo also got the opportunity to use her discretion to nominate a female ICT professional in the Ministerial Recognition Award category, which was snatched by Charmaine Houvet from Cisco.
So this award is just like mind-blowing, and it's something I definitely didn't expect. The award was the Minister's Award for somebody who's dedicated a lot of their work to the ICT sector. I've been in the space for over 25 years, and it's an award that I definitely did not expect. The Minister is actually new to the ICT sector, so it's an honor to be awarded for this.
The second annual MTN Women in ICT Awards took place in Johannesburg on August 31st, the last day of Women's Month here in South Africa. Some of the categories included were the Community Builder Recognition Award, Lifetime Achiever, and the Excellence in ICT Journalism Awards.
Telkom has been trying to lure customers in an interesting way of late. They started with 50 Rand for 500 gigs of data that can only be used between midnight and 7 in the morning. Now, they've launched a package that allows customers to watch zero-rated YouTube and stream content as well.
It's a first of its kind streaming service for South Africans, providing access to on-demand movies, TV programs, online music and video through leading content providers. And the big attraction, free YouTube streaming as well as zero-rated music streaming.
On the mobile side, in essence what will happen is if you buy a 2 gig freemium package, then you can use the lit service to download as much music as you want, and we won't charge you for the music. Clearly, if you download iTunes or Spotify or any of those, you'll have to have a subscription or you have to pay them, but we won't actually charge you for the data usage downloading that music. If you buy the 5 gig package, then we'll actually throw in free content to a plethora of content sites, including Showmax, Netflix, Google, we will be making available an Android 7 set-top box. And it has very, very fancy applications on it. You can actually use it through your phone, so you don't have to use a special handset for it. And you will have access to, again, a lot of different shows.
Although subscription costs for content providers are not included, they can be deducted from customers' telecom accounts through reverse carrier billing option with some content providers. The content partners on LIT are Google Play Music and Movies, iTunes and Apple Music, Netflix, Showmax, DSTV Online and YouTube. Hasina Katrada, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Digital vote counting has been a contentious issue in Kenya. Opposition leader Raila Odinga has been in court in an effort to prove why he feels technology was used to rig the election. Sarah Kimani tells us what the dispute has been about.
In the replying affidavit, Kenyatta said the victory by his Jubilee party follows great efforts to transform the country. He adds that the party managed to make significant inroads into opposition's strongholds. Kenyatta won a second term with 54% of the vote against Odinga's 45%. The opposition, in its petition, argues that technology enabled massive electoral fraud. The petition further states that the results from more than a third of the polling stations were fatally flawed.
You have now decided to move to the Supreme Court and lay before the world the making of a computer-generated leadership.
The Electoral Commission has however responded to the petition, arguing that the entire process was impartial, neutral, accurate, transparent and verifiable.
SABC News platforms will be keeping you updated on what happened actually in Kenya. Now, after the break, we chat to Mitch Atagana from Google about tools that can be used by entrepreneurs. Stay with us.
Over 5% of the world's population, or 360 million people, has disabling hearing loss.
Sometimes babies are born that can't hear. And especially during the pregnancy, where there's some infections that a mom could pick up that can actually transmit that damage to the ear, and those children can be born deaf.
I don't look at myself as a disabled person. I looked at myself as Bruno, not with a disability. I don't have barriers. I use South African Sign Language because I have a language.
And unfortunately, we need to talk to the teenagers and the young people out there. I know it's now fine to go to the concerts and listen to that loud music, but you're actually damaging those little hair cells all the time. And you're not going to pay the price now. You're going to pay the price when you turn 45, 50. And then all of a sudden, we're going to see the damage done.
For all your health news, join Health Talk every Saturday from 9 to 10.
The Law Society has slammed notices sent to 4 universities to jack up standards or risk losing their LLB courses. The Council on Higher Education issued a stern warning to the universities to conform within 6 months.
I think it will affect the university. I think outside the law faculty, there's a funding issue.
It's been 112 years since Enoch Sontonga died as a relatively unknown composer, choir master and teacher. But today his legacy lives on through his greatest composition, Nkosi Sikeleli Afrika.
For all your news updates, stay tuned to Your World from Monday to Sunday.
Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It's SABC Network. You can also email us. We are on newsnetwork@sabc.co.za. That is newsnetwork@sabc.co.za. Now, a lot of us know Google as a tool to search for information online. It is the biggest social network in the world. But Google is more than that. Have you ever wondered why and how they have ads that are tailored to you and your area? Joining me in studio now is Mitch Atsakana from Google South Africa. Hello, and thank you for being a part of our network, Mitch.
I'm happy to be here.
Now, Mitch, is Google a tool that can be used by entrepreneurs?
Absolutely. So when you think about it, Google has many products. So Google, the company, supports entrepreneurs because we ourselves think of ourselves still as a startup and an entrepreneur community. There's tons of tools for entrepreneurs.
As a startup?
As a startup, yes.
Well, that's an interesting one, but let's stick to this one. Tell us about some of those products that you're talking about that's entrepreneurs. There's Google AdWords, for example.
Yeah, so AdWords is a good way for you to market your company. So if you are a product-based company, so you offer, services such as delivery or products tailored to young women, you can use AdWords to get that message out there. So that's one possible way to do it. But there's also tools to help you manage the business itself. So Gmail, for instance, we have Gmail for Work with G Suite, where you can have products that allow you to manage emails. So rather than having, say, Zondi at Gmail, you can have similarly a Zondi, for instance, if that's what you want to call your business. And we have docs and calendars and just basic office management tools for entrepreneurs, to use.
And those services, do they come at an additional cost? Do people get it for free as they get the normal Gmail?
Absolutely. So when you start, if you're doing it as an individual at first, you can always use the free version, but if you want to customize and name it, there is a cost to it. But the G Suite is based on the number of employees you have. So if you're a one-person show, you're only paying for one person. But also when you think about the cloud benefits, so being able to have live docs with Google Docs, a spreadsheet, presentations, calendar, which is really useful for a small business. But also we also have a cloud platform for developers. So if you're an entrepreneur that is building a technology-based product, you can also build on the Google Cloud platform as well.
Why did you guys see the need to create all these products?
Because people need stuff. People need to be able to work agilely and nimbly. They need to be able to work remotely. And that's what we offer in terms of how we work with the G Suite product. I can be here in South Africa and my boss sits in Israel. And we can have a conversation via Hangouts that seems like I'm talking to you right now. And I can work on a document with him while he's sitting there, but neither of us are face to face. So
and I suppose you thought maybe they should be using Google products. If they are already, for example, using Hangouts, the documents can be on a Google product.
Yeah, everything so it's all part and parcel. So when you do subscribe to G Suite, you get everything that Google has to offer, and you can choose to use or not use certain products.
Entrepreneurs often struggle with support when it comes to whichever platform that they use online. Is there support for people who are using G Suite?
Absolutely. So they have dedicated teams who support clients in that way, but also we have online training. So for instance, if you have a corporation and you want to go to the Google Cloud and start using G Suite, there's tons of training online. If you're a small business just starting out, tons of training online for you to attend. And if you're completely brand new to digital, we also have our digital skills training that helps people just understand the digital skills world and the world of digital and how to make your business better thanks to digital.
Is there a specific business that can use this, or is it everybody? Can the woman, for example, who's selling fat cakes in the township somewhere, and if she wants to reach a bigger market, can she use some of this?
She should definitely, actually. So this is one of my mission things where I've been thinking about with a lot of entrepreneurs who are like that woman who's selling like tomatoes or fat coke by the side of the road. If they just put where they are on Google Maps, so many more people can find them. I can know, what, I'm going to say Soweto tomorrow, and I know that I really love those snacks that I love getting from there. Where's this lady everyone keeps talking about? And I can find her on Google Maps, go there without having to give additional hassle to myself, and she gets a new customer.
Earlier I mentioned that in the intro that a lot of people get advertising that is tailored to them and their area. For example, you're just mentioning that if you are going to Soweto, you can look up this lady. How does that work?
So what Google does is they understand the individual, and it's about the person. So me as Mish, when I log into my Google account and I allow Google, and it's all permission based, so I have to give Google that permission. So I give Google permission to know where I am, where I live, and what I'm looking for. It can use that to understand, okay, you know what, in Mish's calendar today, she's going to Soweto. So I'm going to let her know that she needs to leave at least 30 minutes to get there on time because of traffic. I also know that Mish really likes those fed cakes by the side of the road. I'm going to let her know that the lady whose place she likes is 2 kilometers from where she's going to. So just understanding the user. And if I search for pizza a lot when I'm online, of course Google's going to realize Mish likes her pizza.
So if she's going to a meeting in Soweto, there's a pizza place down the road.
You know,
from
perhaps if they put an ad, she should know about it because she likes her pizzas a lot. So it's just understanding the individual, and the individual has to give Google the permission to do that.
And do you think a business can survive without using these online tools?
I think the world that we're in right now, where we are, every business is increasingly becoming a digital and a technology business in some shape or form. I think it's only prudent that businesses really think about how they can use digital to expand their businesses and reach new markets.
Mecha Tsakana, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Mecha Tsakana there is from Google in South Africa. Now, Morning Live's Leanne Manners told us what her favorite piece of technology is. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Leanne Manners, and my favorite gadget is my cell phone. Unfortunately, I can't go anywhere without it. There's never a moment when me and my cell phone are separated, which is probably not such a good thing. I run my life from this thing. I run my business. It has my diary. It tells me everything I need to know about myself, and that's actually quite sad when you think about it. And the reality is that my phone and my watch are linked together. So if I'm a few meters away from it, I've got it here. And then if I pick it up, then I'm okay. So yeah, when it comes to gadgets, I love them. But if I have to tell you what my favorite one is, it's my cell phone.
We're shooting a campaign. We're telling genuine stories from real people that have been affected by the SABC. It's also interesting to get the backstory in terms of their dreams to be on screen and eventually getting the pleasure to do that. And understanding that they're communicating on a platform that speaks to millions of people. It speaks to how the SABC can fulfill its mandate.
The SABC represents the opportunity for so many young South Africans, for old South Africans, to be able to look at the world that they may not experience any other way.
People should continue to pay their TV license because it allows the SABC to bring quality programming.
The TV license is really part of the lifeblood of the channel and the corporation.
When you're listening to your favorite jams, you're listening to your favorite radio DJ, you must know that you made it possible by paying your TV license.
It's such a holistic process that goes into TV licenses. It's not only one part where we say South Africans have to pay for TV licenses. You pay a TV license because you get so much value out of it, and that's the content that you get every single day on the SABC platforms.
I have been in the film industry now for 51 years. I am quite satisfied with the evolution of television now, that you have got a lot of actors and you have got a lot of crew members. We should also play part of paying our licenses, because I think it's proper.
What guides us? Is it something you can touch, hear, feel, or see? What leads us onto greater experiences? Is it leaders on a soapbox, spouting rhetoric for the crowd? The advice of our elders? Or is it the actions of our people? The strength of our beliefs? Or the voices of our citizens? Your country is guided by the voices of its people, and your broadcaster is dependent on your voice to guide it. Get your copy of the SABC's editorial policy and have your say.
Entrepreneurship and taking charge of your own destiny is a mindset, and it's something that should start at a very young age.
I started when I was around about 3 or something, because I have a bunch of paintings in the office. I have a teacher that teaches me and my class how to do business, and he was the one who taught me.
Being an entrepreneur makes you money-wise.
Before everyone spent their money, I would sell the little things I painted, and I'd sell my drawings and stuff like that.
In business, it is important to keep record of all your transactions.
I have a passion and I love making anything, so I chose to make Play-Doh and I'm passionate about it.
Catch Bupilong every Friday at 17:30.
Welcome back. Let's have a tech conversation. Find us on SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Now this week in our weekly Global Tech Wrap, it seems to be all about artificial intelligence and the regulation thereof. And we make a stop at the world's largest trade for electronic consumer goods.
In the United States, an unreleased Pentagon report indicated that the U.S. government is looking to strengthen the role of the Committee on Foreign Investment on cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence. According to experts, the government's attempt to restrict foreign investment in AI will face steep challenges.
I don't think more government intervention or regulation around international investments is the answer. We are safer when we trade with each other more. And I would rather the US and China trade more, even if it means China's investment in artificial intelligence, than less.
In the near future, nearly all tech companies will incorporate some form of AI. So writing legislation that will cover what's military or economically sensitive is going to get a lot harder. Staying in the field of AI, China's first artificial intelligence treatment center entered operation in Haifei city of East China's Anhui province this past week. The AI auxiliary diagnosis system can help doctors diagnose the disease within a matter of seconds.
The results provided by the machine still needs confirmation from radiologists. It can save doctors a lot of time, enabling doctors to concentrate on providing care for the patients.
Furthermore, the hospitals with the AI service can upload the medical images to specialists who will examine and verify the AI diagnosed results before returning it back. Now to Berlin, where the world's largest consumer electronics fair, the IFA Trade Fair, opened its doors to the public with an array of digital household goods and smart technology. Over 1,800 exhibitors plying their wares in over 159,000 square meters, bringing an international electronics cloud flocking to the Berlin capital and making it not only the world's largest fair for consumer electronics and electric household goods, but also the most international fair. Visitors will be introduced to the latest cooking technologies and even smart fridges.
Beim Schließen der Tür macht die Kamera jetzt ein aktuelles Bild.
When you shut the door, the camera takes a picture and shows this in the app. So when I'm shopping, I know what's in my fridge.
Das erleichtert natürlich enorm die Rezepteplanung.
Spending on consumer electronics is expected to reach 887 billion euros in 2017, a 4% rise from the previous year.
It is Heritage Month, so a bit of African innovation now. Now, Max is an app from Nigeria that helps motorbike taxi commuters book public transport. Motorbikes are a common mode of transport in many parts of Africa. Young Nigerian entrepreneurs have created an app that connects commuters to these motorbikes.
Max is a crowdsourced mobility platform for retail and for transportation in Africa.
They've created various services, one to help you get food delivered to your door. You can also get your child delivered to school, or you can simply beat traffic.
We built mobile technology that connects motorcycle taxis to commuters and businesses in real time. We kicked off in Lagos. We've been in Lagos for the last 18 months, thereabout.
They have plans to expand beyond Nigeria. This week, a Twitter poll has been asking you where you store your music. Now, 51% of respondents said their USB memory sticks. That figure is in first place. 16% say in the cloud. In last place are people who say they still store it on CD. That number is at 5%. And in second place are people who say in other places, 28%. I suppose they could mean iTunes, laptop computers, and external hard drives. And that's all we have for you. Find us on SABC Network. Now that's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za and email. We play out with the 20th International Auto Show in Chengdu, southwest of China's Sichuan province. From me and the rest of the network team, have a good one. Bye-bye.